Living in Frisco, Texas can come with some big surprises, and you don't want to find those out when it's too late. Today we're going to talk about 10 things that you need to know when living in Frisco, Texas, and we're going to start right now. Hi, thanks so much for coming back to my channel. I'm Rabbia, and I'm a realtor in North Texas, specifically Frisco. If you need to get a hold of me, there's a multiple number of ways you can. You can call me, you can text me, you can email me, we can do a Zoom call, whatever's the easiest thing for you. I'm easy with any of that. Just make sure you reach out, and I'd love to help you move and live in Frisco, Texas. So let's talk about the top 10 things that you need to know when living in Frisco, Texas. Number 10 is that we're close to Dallas and Fort Worth. So you're close to big cities where there's a lot to do. You're only about 30 minutes to DFW Airport, and so that's not too bad of a drive. I know in other states, you can drive an hour to get to the nearest airport. So 30 minutes is not too bad. You're only about 20 minutes from Love, and that's where Southwest takes off most of their flights. So 20 minutes there, 30 minutes to get to DFW. Not too bad, right? During rush hour, make sure you plan ahead because there's going to be lots and lots of traffic out there. Now in Dallas and Fort Worth, you have so many things you can go see and do. There's museums, arboretums, there's sightseeing. You got botanical gardens there. You have the Reunion Tower, which has a 360-degree view, which is pretty nice. Gorgeous views of the skylines there. You have President George Bush, the library there. And you've also got the Fort Worth stockyards and even the zoo to go visit. So they're all close to Frisco. So you've got multiple things to do within 20 to 30 minutes. Number 9 is parks. There are more than 1,300 acres of parks here. There's over 50 parks. So you have everything from small tot lots to big community parks where you're going to see people playing softball and baseball, football, things like that. You have parks that have activities for organized sports. You have ones that have playgrounds. There are some parks that have ponds that you can fish in. Make sure you have a license because in Texas, you need a license for fishing. So make sure you have it. You have some parks that have basketball courts and tennis courts. You have some that have disc frisbee. And you also have ones that have sand volleyball. So you have a wide array of things to choose from at these parks. Remember, over 50 parks. That's amazing for a city. Number 8 is high school football is huge in Texas, really popular in Frisco. So Friday nights, you're going to see everybody heading to the local football games. Now the high schools here get to play at the Star, which is where the Dallas Cowboys practice. So that's just an amazing thing that they get to experience that. I remember one football game we were at when my daughter was here, and at halftime, the announcers came over the intercom and said, hey, if y'all need to get your parents to come pick you up after the game, make sure you call them now. We were kind of laughing saying, how are they going to get there? Like, are they coming on horseback or something? Like, is it going to take that long to get here? It's just kind of funny because I'd never heard them announce at a football game if your parents were going to come get you to call them during halftime so they'd be there by the end of the game. But high school football is extremely popular here. So every Friday night during football season, you're going to see everybody heading out to the football games. Number 7 is wait times at popular venues. You're probably going to want to plan your going out around times that are not quite as busy. If you're planning to go during dinner time, if it's a very popular restaurant, chances are the line is going to be around the building and you're going to have a long wait to get inside. Some places will take reservations, but not all. So you have to just wait if you get there and they're busy, or either you have to come back at another time. Number 6 is, in North Texas, we travel in minutes, not miles. By that, I mean, when somebody asks you how far something is, you don't tell them, oh, it's 30 miles. You'll tell them it's an hour or it's an hour and a half to get there, because it could be 5 miles, but if there's a lot of traffic, it could take you 20 minutes to get there. So make sure when you're telling somebody, you're going to tell them this is the time it's going to take you to get there, not the mileage. Number 5 is the school system. Frisco ISD is one of the top ranked districts out here. You have great security at the schools. When you're at the high school, The school locks down. If somebody needs to get into the high school, they've got to go to the front office. They've got to get checked in. They vet them out, make sure that they really need to be there. So they can't just come onto campus and walk into the buildings and have access to the kids. In the elementary schools, they do a lockdown as well, and they lock those doors so that no one can get in that isn't supposed to be there. In Frisco ISD, you have 43 elementary schools, 17 middle schools, and 12 high schools. The good thing about the school system in Frisco is the classes are kept very small so that there's more one-on-one attention, so the kids have a better experience with school because they've got that more individualized attention than if the classes were much, much bigger. Number 4 is downtown Frisco. You have the square in Frisco, which they have little stores there, they have restaurants, they've got concerts on the lawn there a lot of times. In the winter, especially around Christmas, you're gonna have Santa down there, you're gonna have music piped in that goes with all the lights. So you've got the lights blinking at Christmas, you've got the music streamed in, you've got people singing down there, you have a big crystal like ball that you can go in and take pictures inside. You also have the farmers market down there on the weekend, and it's right in the square, easy to get to, easy to park your car, walk over there, get some of those fruits and veggies, get back to your car and take them home. You also have Pizzeria Testa there. That is one of the best pizza places I have ever eaten at. You have to make sure you go there if you're living in Frisco. They have everything imported in from Italy. They've got their flour and everything. So it's true Italian pizzas that you're having. So if you go in there and you're thinking, I'm going to order a pepperoni pizza, they're not going to do the pepperoni pizza because it's all unique to Italy. The best pizza I have ever had. It's wood burn in the fire. Trust me, you will love it if you go to Pizzeria Testa. Trust me. Number 3 is outdoor activities. You have so many lakes that are close to Frisco and just in North Texas in general that are minutes away. You've got Lake Grapevine, which is only about 35 minutes away. You can still swim in that pool or that lake as well, so that's kind of a good thing to know. Lake Lavon is only about 30 minutes away. It has over 21,000 acres at that lake. Then you have Lake Ray Roberts, which is about an hour from Frisco. It's almost 30,000 acres. They've got swimming there, they have fishing there, they've got camping. You have Lake Texoma, which is about an hour away. It's one of the largest reservoirs in the US. And if you're fishing on Lake Texoma, if you're on the Texas side, you need to have your Texas fishing license. If you're on the Oklahoma side, you need to have your Oklahoma fishing license. So make sure whichever side you're on that you've got that fishing license because they will ticket you for that. Number 2 is safety and security. Frisco was rated the #1 safest city in 2018 and again in 2020. Even though the population is over 200,000, it still has that small town feel, and you still feel like you're in a smaller town. Even though it's growing, you still have that small town feel. And just knowing that it's high up on the list of the safest cities in the United States makes it a really big draw for people when they want to come to Frisco and live here and move here. And number 1 is friendliness. People are friendly here in North Texas, Frisco. We love it here. People will walk down the street. They're actually going to say hi to you. They're going to wave to you, even if they don't know you. It's funny because sometimes somebody waves to you and you look and go, do I know them? Oh no, they're just waving. They're just being nice. People will actually say hi to their neighbors. It just has a more small town feel, friendly. I know when I was in California one time and I was walking and it just amazed me that people will literally look down so they don't have to maintain eye contact with anybody when they're walking by them. Here, I think it's the opposite. I think people maintain that eye contact and they're going to say hi and they're going to say, how are you? See how you're doing. Friendly. Okay, so in this video, we talked about the 10 things you need to know when you're living in Frisco. We talked about that it's super close to Dallas and Fort Worth. So you're 20 to 30 minutes away, not a bad drive at all. There's more than 1,300 acres of parks, so over 50 parks in Frisco. You'll be able to find one that will meet your needs. High school football is huge in Texas, especially Frisco. So on Friday nights, you're going to see everybody heading to the football games. The next thing was don't forget about the wait time at popular venues. So make sure you plan your eating or movies or whatever it is so you can get there at a time that's convenient for you and is not going to be super, super busy. The next thing is don't forget we measure travel time in minutes, not miles. Number 5 was the great school system that we have in Frisco ISD. Then we talked about Frisco, the square, and all the many, many, many things you can do in the square. We talked about outdoor activities and how there are so many lakes that are close to Frisco. You'll find one you're going to love. Number 2 was safety and security in Frisco, one of the top ranked cities in the United States. And the number 1 thing that you need to know is that people are friendly. Thanks for watching my video. And if you need to reach out to me, do whatever's comfortable for you. You can call me, text me, email me, Zoom, whatever it is that's easier for you. See you next time.